What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're going to be going over if you should purchase a gaming console or a PC here in 2022. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have seen the price of just electronics in general go through the roof. And if you're in the gaming world, you've seen this primarily affect two different groups. Now, on the PC side of things, components themselves are starting to level out when it comes to price, but the graphics cards or the GPU can pretty much only be found for the low price of what it takes to get a used car. So unless you feel like mortgaging off your house in order to come up with the funds to buy these, it doesn't make a lot of sense for the most part to go out and buy the newest GPU right now. Now, on the flip side of things, you have the console players who in theory have an easier time getting the console, yet instead of spending the MSRP recommended retail price at a GameStop, Walmart, Best Buy, whatever, are having to go to the depths of the dark web and spend $1,200 on a PS5 that they're getting from some guy whose username is Nemo Touches Butt. So unless you're super comfortable going to the shady depths of the internet to try to find one of these on a good deal, you're left with the age-old question: should I buy a PC? Or should I buy a console? And today, we're going to explore that a little bit. Now, within these two camps, you have a lot of different arguments. You have the PC side saying, oh, PC is way better for gaming. You get the best frame rates, the fastest memory, the fastest load times. It's just better, bro. And then on the console side, it's even further divided because you also have PlayStation guys and Xbox guys. So not only do you have to make this decision of whether to go PC or console, if you're going to look into console, you have to understand that you have to choose a side in the great console civil war. But I'm going to break it down really simple for you in today's video because it's actually a lot easier than you think to make this decision. So let's kick things off with talking about going the PC route. Here we have a PC, okay? Right here. This is a PC. This is a small form factor PC, Dell Optiplex. It is one high-end GPU away from being actually considered a somewhat good gaming PC. But without that GPU, utilizing its Intel integrated graphics and its 8 cores, 8-thread processing power, all it really does now is be a fantastic content creation PC. And voila, you're playing Fortnite at 175 frames per second. But that's not you. You like to stream too, don't you? You like to game and stream. I knew it. So now you're left with the conundrum of, do I buy a second streaming PC and spend a couple $100 extra, or do I just try to beef up my current PC so that it can do both as a single? I'm gonna tell you right now, you're probably gonna have an easier time just having a 2-PC setup, because that's what I plan to do with this when I do convert to a PC, because then I can probably spend about $500 on a good gaming PC with a decent graphics card that I can get 1080p out of, and then I'll use this bad boy to handle all of my stream capability. And that also has to come with having extra hardware and extra space. Whereas a single PC setup, yeah, it's more convenient and you don't need all this fancy audio conversion equipment, but I'm gonna tell you right now, you're probably not gonna be able to get away with gaming and streaming at full 1080p HD without something like a 3060, 3070, more like 3080 level graphics card. And if you weren't sure, those are gonna set you back a pretty hefty chunk. And while you're out scavenging the wild safari that is the world of hunting down a GPU at a good price, 2PC Timmy over here is doing just fine with his $750 setup. But that's kind of my point. If you're only looking to game, getting a PC is probably the best bang for your buck, because hardware, dollar for dollar, you will get better performance, better frames for less money for the most part when compared to like a next-gen console. And also the beauty of having a PC, you can make your life a whole lot easier by being able to utilize Discord or various other chat platforms while you're gaming. Now we compare that to the console version, and you're going to be spending about $700 to $800 on a comparable next-gen console like the Xbox Series X or the PS5. But wait, Cole, you can get an Xbox Series S for way less than that. You're right, whoever said that. I'll get back to you in just a second. But when we're talking about actually comparing PC to console, next gen versus newest tech, we have to sort of look at the Xbox Series X and the PS5 as that top upper echelon of gaming consoles. So you're looking online, Best Buy sold out, Target sold out, Walmart sold out, Amazon sold out. You can't find these things anywhere. at least with the graphics card, you know that your local Micro Center has them in stock. They're just going to cost you maybe a finger and a kidney, but that's okay. You know that they have them in stock. But finding a PS5 or an Xbox Series X for anywhere close to the retail value is like finding an actual chupacabra in the hills of Canada. Now, I'm especially not here to argue about PlayStation versus Xbox because we all know that when it comes down to it, you are probably going to want to play on what you've been playing on for the last decade. So if you're a PlayStation guy like me, you probably want to get a PS5, and if you've been playing Xbox, Halo, and Gears with the boys since '07, you probably want to get an Xbox Series X. It's all about what you like. I'm not going to sit here and debate that the Xbox Series X has 12 teraflops of computing technology, which is superior to the PS5. I'm just not here to debate that, okay? I'm just not here to even go there, right? I'm just letting you know I'm not picking a side, okay? But in the grand scheme of things, both an Xbox Series X and a PlayStation 5 are going to perform pretty similar. You can game in 4K, play a wide variety of titles, and most importantly, upgradability, or in terms of like updating the storage, for example, is fairly easy in both. However, I do think that the PS5 is a little bit more superior when it comes to upgrading storage because you can just get any high-speed M.2 SSD and throw it in there for the most part, and it will work. But with the Xbox Series X, you're going to have to spend a couple $100s on that little tiny Seagate expandable drive that you just plug right into the back. So Xbox gets the W for ease of use because you literally just plug it into the rear, but PS5 does save you a little bit of money when you're talking about like, storage for storage, dollar for dollar. But again, I'm not going to sit here and debate whether you should go PS5 or Xbox Series X. At least PlayStation has PS Now, which you can play a couple-year-old games on. You can play any PS2 title from the early 2000s at horribly upscaled rendered graphics, while Xbox just has this measly little program called Game Pass where you get like the newest releases the day they come out for like $14.99 a month, which is only $5 more than PlayStation's subscription service. I clearly think you know who the winner is here, but again, I'm literally not going to pick a side. But I am here to tell you that as a current PS4 user, I'm in the market for an upgrade. Now here I am, sitting in 2022, gaming on my PS4, being able to only scale my games at 720 60 frames a second because I was not fortunate enough to snag up a PS4 Pro to have the SSD upgrade as well as the 4K capability and being able to stream at 1080p. But like I said, I do use the PS4 for all of my gaming, and it handles pretty much every single game that I throw at it with very few dropped frames, with the exception of Warzone, but I think we all understand why that is. Now, in looking for an upgrade, I looked at Xbox Series X, I looked at PS5s, I understand the price that I'll have to pay for those. It doesn't really justify me not getting a PC, because when I look at spending that amount of money versus what it would take to get a PC that can handle all of this stuff as well, the ease of use factor, and actually probably the more budget-friendly option and having a better upgrade pathway will be the gaming PC for me. But that didn't stop my little heart from wanting a console. So when I started to dig into it, Xbox Series X, PS5, right around $650 to $800. And again, we're talking about the price that you're going to pay from some dude named Kyle on Craigslist to meet you at his local police station to pay him in Bitcoin or Ethereum only for this new unsealed PlayStation 5 that he has sitting in the back of his Honda Prelude. If you want to go the retailer route, you're going to have to wait a while. But hey, breaking news, Sony announced that because of the PlayStation 5 shortage, they are going to resume production on 4K capable gaming PS4 Pros. Oh, what's that? Oh, okay, scratch that, just in, they're not doing PS4 Pros. They're doing the standard, slow-ass, hard drive PS4s. Oh, what's that? Oh, the price is $300? Oh, that's fantastic. Yes, Sony, in an effort to ease the shortage of PS5s, is still manufacturing PS4s with a hard drive, not an SSD, for $300. Now, you in the back there who mentioned the Xbox Series S earlier, and you were like, oh, that's a reasonable, affordable price. I'm talking to you right now, because Microsoft has seemed to just solve all of the problems that we could have summed up in the first 2 minutes of this video. Right now, you can go out to anywhere in the world, whether it be online, in-store, physical retailer, whatever, and purchase a white small console named the Xbox Series S that can game at 4K, granted it's upscaled, but it's still 4K, with roughly the same hardware, graphics, and everything that you would find in its bigger brother, the Xbox Series S, with obviously like a third of the computing power, however. But still, you can go out and buy one of these lovely, small, white little machines and game on a next-gen console for $300. What's that? That's an incredible deal compared to the PlayStation 4? Yeah, random guy talking in my ear. Yeah, you're right. So again, to conclude, should you buy a PC or should you buy a console in 2022 if you're looking to upgrade right now as it sits with the market? The answer is it depends. If you want upgradability, ease of access, ease of use, and you want to be able to play pretty much roughly any game, new or old, you probably want to go ahead and spend your money on a PC. Because if you buy a mid-level gaming PC for right around that $700 to $800 mark, the best part is as long as you get something that's not like a small form factor, you can upgrade and put like a better graphics card in it, better power supply, better RAM. Like you can upgrade everything for relatively inexpensively compared to what you could do to a console. So it's kind of like you get it now and then you grow with it rather than buying a console and being stuck with it for a long period of time. But if you're seriously just on a budget and you're like, dude, I got $300 to my name right now and I want to spend it all on a console, you should go out and buy a PS4 with a hard drive because that makes the most sense, right? No, don't do that. Please, for the love of God, don't do that. Even a diehard PlayStation boy like myself is telling you to not do that. You'd be better off spending that $300 on an Xbox Series S and being able to just digitally download any game you want. But more importantly, you spend an extra $14.99 a month and you get Game Pass. You can play all the best games that you want to play because that's probably going to be your best bang for your buck. And look up these promos. They have some insane deals from Microsoft. Like I think you can get an Xbox Series S and Game Pass for like $24.99 a month for like 2 years, which is insane. You just spend $25 a month, you get a new next-gen console, and you get Game Pass included in that, which is nuts. So that's pretty much it. If you want something that's pretty much future-proof or near future-proof, go the PC route, spend your hard-earned dollars there. But if you're really on a budget and you're looking to just spend right around $300, go the console route. And for the love of God, don't be the guy that buys a PS4 over an Xbox Series S, because we will make fun of you on Twitter for that, and I will make sure that it happens. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you like this video, go ahead and give me one of these. It means a lot. And if you like what you see and you like the content that I'm putting out, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. And if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, I mean, what are you doing? Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you at the next one. And as always, stay happy, stay healthy, peace.